want a lawyer.
You know that I'm going to have to arrest you now, right?
Yes.
Please step out of the vehicle so we can take care of that.
Okay.
This is a true story from an actual client. I'll show you what the client did, how the officer responded, and if I was able to save my client. To protect my client's confidentiality, I've changed a couple of unimportant details, but this is a true story from an actual client of how getting arrested was the right decision. Charlie is out driving to a bar with some friends, but it's not his car. Officer Andy pulls him over because he has run the license plate of the vehicle and found out that the registered owner is not licensed to drive. Officer Andy quickly determines that the vehicle is registered to Charlie's mother, but that Charlie has a valid license to drive the vehicle. While talking to Charlie, Officer Andy smells the odor of alcohol coming from the vehicle.
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
Yes, I had one drink with dinner.
Unfortunately, Virginia court cases say that just the mere odor of alcohol coming from the driver of the vehicle gives the officer a reason to investigate whether or not the driver may be under the influence of alcohol. While Charlie was pulled over for something not even remotely related to drunk driving, Officer Andy now has a legal reason to investigate if this is a possible DUI.
Would you mind stepping out to do some field sobriety tests really quick?
No, thank you.
Well, why is that?
I want a lawyer.
You know that I'm going to have to arrest you now, right?
Yes.
Please step out of the vehicle so we can take care of that.
Okay.
Officer Andy arrests Charlie for DUI. Charlie also refuses to blow into the Intoxilyzer back at the police station, so he is charged with refusing that test as well. Charlie is freaking out when he calls me to talk about his case. But after hearing his version of what happened on the side of the road, I'm excited, thinking that we may have a strong defense to beat this case in court. I eagerly go to watch the body camera video at the prosecutor's office. Everything happens exactly like Charlie remembered it, and I know exactly how I'm going to handle this case in court. What might happen to you if you agree to step out for those quick field sobriety tests on the side of the road? The tests are designed to be difficult. They're called divided attention tests, and they're designed to make it hard for you to do them. And if you make even a couple of mistakes on one of those tests, that can be enough for the officer to have a justification to arrest you for DUI. If you then refuse to blow into the Intoxilyzer at the police station, you could likely be convicted at least of refusal, even if you have had nothing to drink. This is why I tell you, don't talk to the police and to politely refuse all roadside tests, at least in Virginia. In court, we plead not guilty, and the officer testifies.
Your Honor, I pulled over Mr. Charlie because the license plate came back to an unlicensed driver. I was able to verify through dispatch that Mr. Charlie was validly licensed to drive the vehicle in our state. However, the vehicle reeked of alcohol. I believe Mr. Charlie might be under the influence. So I asked him to do my routine field sobriety tests that almost everyone agrees to do. Mr. Charlie refused. Because of that, I believed that he was under the influence of alcohol.
The prosecutor plays the officer's body camera video, which shows the interaction that you just saw in this video.
Once Mr. Charlie refused to do my routine tests, I arrested him for DUI. Objection, Your Honor. I move to suppress this arrest as a violation of my client's Fourth Amendment rights. As the court knows, the Fourth Amendment protects my client against arrests that are not supported by probable cause. In this case, Officer Andy did not have proof of any crime being committed to arrest my client on, and especially no proof of a DUI.
The judge agrees. Since the arrest is ruled unconstitutional, any evidence stemming from the arrest is kept out of court and inadmissible. Neither the DUI nor the refusal charge can go forward. The charges are dropped and Charlie walks away as another happy client. To learn when you can and can't refuse roadside breath tests, check out this next video. I'll see you over there, and remember, don't talk to the police.